in the ocean blue. Stripes and spots, they rule the tide. Water dogs of the deep, they don't hide. In the river's grip, seas endless bounty. Ruling the waves, Dolphin Illuminati. Praised by Romans, gods to the Greeks. Underwater rulers, the power peaks. In ocean depths, their counts to 6. Dolphins in the dark, never calling it quits. Striped and spotted in the sea's domain. Aquatic dogs in their own insane lane. Through rivers they ride, seas they roam. In the ocean depths, they make their home.
Well, I talk about insanity, which is what's going on in your mind, and outside, which is where you communicate with those outside. As you know, if you give too much of your insanity, they'll lock you up. Well, I tried giving as much as I could. They locked me up. They published it, paid me.
Dolphin Illuminati. Deep, deep, deep in the deep they creep. It's that Dolphin Illuminati. In the rivers and the seas they be a constant mystery. It's that Dolphin Illuminati. It's that Dolphin Illuminati. Deep, deep, deep in the deep they creep. It's that Dolphin Illuminati. In the rivers and the seas they be a constant mystery. It's that Dolphin Illuminati. It's that Dolphin.
Try to shoot the drummer, but I missed and shot him in the ear. Oh no, oh. I try to shoot the drummer, but I missed and shot him in the ear. Oh no, oh. Yeah, all around in my hometown, they're trying to track me down. Yeah. They said they couldn't stand on the slope safely. I just climbed right up. Nobody stopped me. Nobody chased me. Nobody cared that I carried a weapon. Aim for the head, but they turned at the last second.
I got that big D energy. Ain't nobody wanna step to me. Bitch, wanna step to me. If you wanna bring that drama, I'll whoop that ass like Michael Obama. Yeah, I got that big D energy. Ain't nobody wanna step to me. And if you really wanna bring that drama, I'll whoop that ass like Michael Obama.
No, Michelle is a trans.
I'm sorry, she's a what?
Transgender. We all know.
Oh my gosh.
Oh gosh. It's okay.
I whip that beat out like Michael Obama.
We already had it with
I got that
Obama.
big
So
energy.
let's just calm down.
Nobody wanna step to me. And if you really wanna bring that drama, I'll whip that ass like Michael Obama. I'm a girl, 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 I'm a girl.
Can you save us, Britney Spears? Can we be saved? God, why is Satan controlling the universe?
The world we used to think we knew is constantly exposing woo. Our possibilities come true. So what we do is call out to the good guys, good guys. Witches, widows, MAGA, mystics, entertaining cunning linguists, good guys. The forum of the quorum needs a secretive society to advance our philosophies intentionally, magically, good guys. Conspiracy, sex, culture, making it's okay to change your thinking, good guys. Good guys, good guys, good guys. The world we used to think we knew is constantly exposing woo. Our possibilities come true. So what we do is call out to the good guys, good guys. Witches, society to advance our philosophies intentionally, magically. Good guys. Conspiracy, sex, culture, making it's okay to change your thinking. Good guys. Good guys. Good guys. Good guys.
Brap, brap. Be up yourself. Welcome back to another episode of the Secret Society of Good Guys. As always, this is Friday night, a little after midnight, and we are your good guys. Thank you for joining us. We might have Benjamin Balderson join us in a few, so make sure you hit the like and subscribe. And if you're somebody just hanging out in a chat room, keep pressing the heart. That probably helps with the algorithm as well. Hi, ladies. How are you?
Hey, what's going on?
Y'all, I was like,
Hey.
I thought I rolled a joint to hang out, for the show like I do. And I was like, oh, I thought I rolled that. Maybe I didn't. I guess I'll stuff another one. It's fine. And I felt something roll off my leg.
Where'd it go?
Oh, Christmas. Like how quickly. So, yeah, it's going
I
to
love
be
how
a fun
your
night.
man, like he has an R in there every time. But
What?
I've always liked the way you say it.
What one for Benjamin?
Yes.
Benjamin. It's all about the Benjamins.
It's all about the Benjamins, baby. It's fun. I love Ben Balderson. If you guys don't know, you can follow him on Odin's Alchemy everywhere. And a fun thing that probably with like the deliberating dog face dudes, like it just seems like this is going to be a Kiki. And how often do you get to see Ben Balderson Kiki? Never. Even the thought feels like you are on the highest possible timeline. You are going to watch Ben Balderson hang out and talk about Britney Spears. Didn't think it happened, did you? Welcome to your 2025.
That is so what I love about Ben. He's actually like, he doesn't seem like he would be fun like that, but he absolutely is.
He doesn't seem like he'd be like corny and like, let's kiki.
Yes,
But he totally
absolutely.
is that guy.
Yeah. He's so strong in his masculinity. He don't give a fuck.
He doesn't care at all. One of my favorite things that he said is I would have never had a couch, but I wanted my wife to stay around. Like when they were dating, he's like, I liked hanging out with her. And so I thought in my head, she like couch, I get couch. And it's just like even how masculine that idea is that you wouldn't have a couch. But that I get it. I mean, parts of me gets it. So what's going on with you guys? Anything new since we were last here? I don't know if you heard, but the Pope died. I don't know if you guys. Oh, Layla, you're on mute. Uh-oh, it's gonna be Tweety. Let's try it again. No.
No bueno.
Oh. You'll have to go out and come back in. It's like Minnie Mouse.
You look so cute though.
I know. It's good. You look Minnie Mouse.
She kind of did for a second. You said Minnie Mouse, and I was like, oh, absolutely. She's cute.
Look. She might have to. Okay, she's all the way out. I don't know. You know what? One of my USB cords is loose in my microphone. It is not an episode of Secret Society of Good Guys. That probably means it's going to be a fun show. We always have
Absolutely.
audio issues at the beginning. So if you are watching on Rumble, a few people watch on Rumble and a few people watch on X. I do want to grow the X audience. Like shout out to the people who are still stuck on the YouTube land, because we are going to go live on Spaces sometimes. And we have you guys are so cool and smart, and we know that so many of you would join us to hang out. So yeah, maybe it would be nice if you guys get accounts and make sure you follow us over on X so that you can come hang out in Spaces with us when we're going to run those.
And
I haven't
actually
been
have
on X
conversations.
in
Yay.
forever. Like I'm like barely on X anymore. Like I'm like quick look or quick repost, but other than that, I don't X like how I used to because I'm so busy. But I need
Yeah,
to get
you
back
guys.
on it once I start investing again.
You can tell the audience however much you want. So we weren't here last week. Layla's been a little bit under the weather, and Thomas is on a secret mission that we'll share with you next Friday when he gets back. But you know those Masons and their
Thomas.
secret missions.
To Alaska.
Yeah, well, it's not a secret anymore.
Oh shit. Whoops. Fucking A.
I don't think it's a secret at all, really. I
Oh,
was just
okay.
trying to make it.
Whoops.
He was just trying to make it sound cool.
Yeah, I was just trying to make it sound cool.
Guys, you can't blame me. I've been working for 12 hours straight, and as soon as I got out of work, I came up straight on here. So my brain is not braining. So it's gonna make for an entertaining episode.
The brain isn't braining. So yeah, they were like, oh, Layla's rightfully salty with X. Booted her
And
once or
Chaney.
twice.
Chaney too.
It's just not. I like couldn't take it personally with just X. I would take it more personally, actually. Like if I had one that the most followers I kept losing was TikTok.
Yeah.
The most information that I felt like I actually worked my ass off at, like putting together and slides and all this shit that I lost was on Instagram.
Yeah.
So X is like hits me least, and then Facebook I walked away from. It's one of the few relationships that I ended. Okay.
Yeah. I'm still shadow banned on Facebook after like 2 years of not posting anything really political. So I'm just like, oh, you guys really hate me because I went off on that bitch about the jibbity jabbity juice. You know what we talk about all the time?
Yes, I
The
can't.
witchcraft.
It's triggering to me, and everyone's like, whatever, blah, 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 blah. There's other shit. No, because kids, like, it's going to be the thing that, like, I don't care. Tell me about your food dye, but have we arrested Fauci yet? And are we stopping to give infant vaccine schedule? Because otherwise, it's just like certain things that I'm like, I can't pretend this is good.
Yeah.
I can't
No.
pretend your vaccines are good. Why are all your vaccines compared against my wishful thinking, called the placebo effect, called
Period.
me manifesting it, called my magic? Why is every single other medication balanced against just placebo?
Yeah. Someone needs to fool me and give me a placebo and say this is going to magically heal your gut. Boom. And then it happened.
You need to get into Dr. Joe Dispenza. He wrote the book You Are the Placebo, and it's pretty good.
I
highly recommend.
Oh, Layla, you got to get, like, when you plug it in again before you come back in, if you have tape that bended that, you know, like old school, how we used to have to do our phones or like your Nintendo controller, you'd have to like bend it and like, you know, like it only hit in a certain, I was the only one that rigged my shit.
One of our amazing fans should buy Layla an awesome microphone. Sure, Mike.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I'm going to buy one soon anyway.
We don't have
I
a
got
daddy
this
out
phone.
there that can buy Layla an awesome microphone.
You know what I need to do is
I can't believe we don't have a
tape-
daddy that can afford you a microphone and would just like hit up your like Amazon wish list and just take care of that.
I need a pay
Right.
pig. Okay, a pay pig would be great where I could just like shut the fuck up, bitch. Give me $1,000 right now. I need to pay my fucking mortgage.
You would be good at being a pay dom.
Yeah. Did you hear that, y'all? Keep that in mind. Future. Hit me up. Just saying.
You'd be really good at being a pay dom, I think.
I would, but I don't think I have it in me to like do that to people. I could talk all this shit, but like to actually do that, like my heart would hurt. I can't do it.
But if you were like this disgusting fucking pig, I'm gonna take all his money.
I can't do it.
That's okay.
I can't. I feel so bad.
The
If you want to give it to me and like just be nice,
I've been listening.
sure, I'll
You,
take
do you
it.
Three Eyes
Chris
knows.
Evan on
Three
TikTok?
Eyes knows exactly what they finna want.
You
Feet
should follow
pigs.
Layla. She
Oh
got
yeah,
some good
see,
advice.
and Nigel knows too. He's like, why don't you call the White House and ask him?
Can we use my tax money?
Yeah.
You're still paying taxes, motherfucker.
Ugh, taxes.
I just don't want to work.
I don't even
anymore.
like them mixing death in with
Fuck.
my taxes. I don't even like them
That makes
saying what
Death and
everything,
taxes.
nothing but death and taxes. No, in my lifetime, I will live years and not worry about taxes. All of you will. We aren't killing the Pope for nothing, you guys. You're not coming here every week to join the SSGG while we podcast and kill popes and queens and kings and Bidens for no reason. It's because we're getting rid of taxes. Okay, this is one of them.
Absolutely. I have to shout out Rachel in the chat. She just said that mine and Bootsy's changed her life from the transurfing stuff. I'm like, that's
Oh,
pretty
nice.
freaking
That's
amazing.
awesome.
Thank you. I'm glad that some people have actually seen the value in it. So that means a lot to me.
Yeah, that's really awesome. I think a lot of people should check it out because of your guys' episodes, it gave me a grasp. Like I don't know why, like I'm kind of smart sometimes about some things, but then other things it's very roadblocky for me. And there was something about the transurfing, you probably remember, Abbie. I couldn't even fucking remember the name
Yeah.
forever.
Yep.
So yeah. If
It's about
you
riding the wave of fortune.
And I believe in that. I
Yeah.
completely believe the people that believe they're lucky or believe that good stuff happens to them or believe I think it does happen. And if you think everything shitty always happens to me, it always will.
It does. It's the reticular activation or reticular activation something RES. That's what it stands for. It's in your brain and it's a real thing. And then the best way to train your brain and like to get things that you want is to confirm shit when it happens. Like make a bold statement like my world always takes care of me, and then every time it does, you see something like you get the best parking spot, my world takes care of me, you reaffirm it, and then you're training your brain, that RES in your brain, to pick it up and only see those good things, and you get more of it. It's
Like
but it
for
does the same
money.
thing opposite. Yeah, it does the same
Yeah.
thing oppositely. So
Like
if
for
you're like,
money,
oh,
instead of saying earn, like I need to earn this much or I earn this much, say I allow myself to have this much. I allow myself to have, like, you say whatever dollar amount in your head, and then you get that, and then you're like, wait a minute. If I'm allowed to have that, then why not shoot for a bigger? I allow myself to be a millionaire. I allow myself to be very successful. I allow it. When you allow it, it happens. You're
see,
allowing
and I like
things
that
to
too,
happen for
because when
you.
you say need, you're always saying I need it, so you'll never have it.
You know what I
Mhm.
say?
Mm.
Show me how good it can get.
Show me how good I can get.
Yes.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Show me how
Highest
good it
possible
can get.
timeline. That's another one we say. And
Yeah, highest. If you see me, I always tell this to people too, even when they're bummed out or sad. I'm like, if you see me here, there's a ton of timelines I died.
Benjamin.
This one, if you still see me, you're on the highest possible timeline too, and shit's about to get good.
Did
And
we send him the link? He's asking
Who?
for the link. Benjamin.
Abbie?
Benjamin.
oh,
I know.
that's on me.
That's on Abbie.
Oh, sorry, Ben.
That is on Abbie. Abbie was the secretary for that. Look
Yeah,
at
Abbie's
fucking
not.
how many girls does it take to poor Ben? He's like, can you broads get it together? Can you divine feminine get it together?
we need the masculine anchor. Come on.
Yeah. We're out of control over here without Thomas. We're just clucking
Yeah,
around
we're
here
just like
flashbulbs do suck.
no, we're
Riggs.
doing the girl thing by like saying what's on our mind and whatever like poop pops in there from the downloads of the frequency, and we just say whatever we want. And I love that. We don't have to be scripted like everybody else, like fucking Candace Owens, whatever the fuck is happening with that bitch. You see? Boom, it came into my head. Candace Owens for no reason. I told you I'm shot out of a cannon tonight, y'all.
What's wrong with Candace Owens?
She's like wishy-washy, and the idea that is going around is that she jumped on the Trump train to like pull people in and like make fans, and so that when she does go back to the liberal side that she has a big number to pull with her. But That's what people are saying. I don't know, but she's definitely a plant, a CIA plant. But shows, yeah.
I don't know.
I like her.
I don't know.
I like her, but I don't know.
I don't
Whatever's
know.
happening right now.
It's like there's this weird line of like success that happens to anyone that the second you hit this certain line of success, you're a fed or a plant. But then there's also where just because somebody's new to you, you assume they're new on the scene. And then there's a whole thing of like, that should be me sitting with Joe Rogan. Where some people are like, I've been saying that shit for way longer than Candace Owens. That should be me sitting with Tim Dillon. Fuck Candace Owens. And so I do think there is a level of some people aren't just fucking entertaining. And everybody thinks just because they have this certain amount of information, it's like, yeah, but you're fucking boring or whatever,
Well,
you know.
the reason why people are saying this, for number one, she is now saying that Harvey Weinstein could be an innocent man and that they're just dragging him through the mud because he's ugly and old. And then another thing is like turning against the whole Trump train. And like, that's what they're saying. A lot of Trump supporters, of course. Do I know what she is? Absolutely not. Is she a plant? I kind of think so, maybe. Just a little bit. Because she's been in the game for a while. Like for a while.
Yeah, she's been hanging out for a long time now, Candace.
Yeah, and
been
she
saying some
find her
shit.
IBDM like as an actress. You know how you search like certain people and they
I
show
know,
up.
but that isn't like that's the goal of every fucking drama kid. And I feel like most podcasters are drama kids. Like I'm like, how to like I don't like, you can find me in a stupid fucking movie.
I could have been in Britney's video, the one where she broke her leg, because that's where she like where I used to live. That's where she recorded it, and I saw her. But they canceled it. The video with Snoop Dogg in the park and shit.
One time I auditioned for. Do you remember the MTV show Fear?
Oh yeah. You auditioned for that?
Yeah, and then I didn't want to. Like I didn't make it. I didn't get a call. I think it was like the wait in line, and then I got an interview, and then a second interview. But I didn't want it. I felt like they were gonna make me do what I said I didn't want to do, and I didn't want to sit in a chair and evoke a spirit into me. Like when there was like a list of like what you wouldn't do, and I was like, I'm not evoking things.
Hell no, shit.
That was like 23.
I didn't even know a lot about magic then, but
that just
like,
doesn't seem right.
Yeah, I'm not going to sit in an empty pool and invoke. Yeah, go on.
Wheel of Fortune. I wanted to be a contestant on there so bad, and I was like searching high and low, like at my age, to go in, and when to do it, and I just couldn't figure out. But I really wanted to go on that show because I'm super good at that. Wheel of Fortune.
I don't know if I'm great at Wheel of Fortune. I'd be like one of those idiots that said the thing that they're like, what?
We're like, whoa,
be good at that. Yeah. Yes. Like I'd out too much about myself. It doesn't say that at all. Somebody already said it. Oh, bitch. Yeah. I don't think Wheel of Fortune would be my game. I think Jeopardy, but one of the things with Jeopardy, I'm going to let you know that kind of drives me nuts. Why can't anyone write their stuff nice? Why do they write their fucking chicken scratch at the end?
Oh, because it's like you're writing on a screen, those, and they never come out right. I think that's what it is.
Some people take their time and add a flower or something. I'm like, you got all that time that the song's playing. Hook up the... And if you don't know it, you don't know it. Come clever with a joke on that thing or something.
Yeah, and don't put a dollar amount if you don't know the answer. They don't know the answers sometimes, and they know they don't know it, and they still put a fucking an amount down. And I'm just like,
I don't think I'd be good at like Price is Right. I don't know what game would be my probably a weird like 10,000 pyramid or something where it's just weird questions. That's so stupid. There was a lot of games. Like we grew up on a lot of fucking games. But if you think of all those fucking game shows, they were just commercials for appliances.
Yeah.
The entire game show was just an ad for it was the original Joe Rogan. It was
my
just like, make sure you spay and neuter your pets and buy this Maytag and buy this Volkswagen and go on this trip to Paris. And it was the entire thing was just a commercial.
I pulled money out of my boob. That's all it was.
That's one of the world's oldest pocketbooks.
Doesn't work for like flat-chested women like myself. So I've never.
But you could
used
probably
the
just stick a credit card in your ass cheeks.
Yeah,
I could.
You
I
could
could
probably hold
there.
a few cards in your ass cheeks.
Well, let's face it. Nothing in your ass cheek is comfortable.
No, not even thongs. Like, ew.
But I
I've
used to
seen
not
them.
think about thongs, but now I really appreciate them. I was never a thong girl, and now it's like
I hate them. I still wear them. They're just annoying. Like something up your ass all the fucking time.
I think I'm so used to it from working out in them, and then also wearing them on for check-ins and on stage and stuff. I'm just
If it were up to me, I'd go commando all day, every day.
We Dirty Harry, we did do an episode with David. It's closer to the beginning, but he's gonna come back and hang out soon with Thomas. I don't remember what episode, but he was one of
David
one of the
Tell's plate.
he has like long hair, kind of
Oh, yeah,
like
yeah, yeah,
gray
yeah. He
hair.
was on the show, yeah,
Yeah.
I remember.
Yeah,
We had
but I
so
don't
many
remember
lovely
what.
guests on our show.
Yes, we really have. And I
Mhm.
need to have time to like schedule again, but I do think I'm gonna have some more time and be able to this is so for real. We are all MK Ultra, but also Rachel, no relation to Donnie.
Wahlbergs.
Nerdy. My hair is a mess. What else is happening? So we killed the Pope. I mean, the Pope died. And
It's that actor. That actor died today. 59 years old. What was his name? Jeffrey or Jeremy something. He played what character? What superhero? Someone in the chat will know. Where's my phone, man? He died today. He's a good actor. Hold on, let me find out.
Zertis is awesome.
okay.
Anyone else know?
You might have to send him a link because every time I send Ben the link, it's doing some weird thing where it wants him to sign up for Restream. So the link works for me, but I don't know why it's not liking him.
All right, you guys talk about something when I do it.
Sorry, that's why I wasn't as engaged in the conversation because I'm sitting there
sorry.
trying to send it to him multiple times
Post.
in different
It
formats.
was fake. I was scrolling. But what are we going to talk about? Let's see. The Pope died. Something else happened that I wanted to talk about.
So are they going to elect a new pope, you think? I mean, they're supposed to, I guess, but
Like if I'm a gambler, something about it feels like
no, right?
the
I don't
Vatican
know.
crumbles. In my timeline, if you're on the highest possible timeline, everywhere there's a monolith, the city of London, we already killed the queen, you guys. We've been playing this game already. For those of you that have been playing along since Project Chaney, we already killed the queen. So we took that monolith already. And then the Pope dies. So now we get that chess piece. And all these chess pieces in my head, now I just realize structures. They're just important if we're playing time travel games. Like this is the only reason. So we know a place and we know a time. And then if Abbie's winning in the time travel game, guess what? The monolith probably has a little bit different of a writing on it than it does if I'm winning in the time travel game. So I think DC, we took that out already with like Biden. Like DC with all the, fences around every building. So I
Biden's
just
been
think
dead.
monolith, time travel games, highest possible timeline. We don't put the monoliths back up. Fuck DC. Fuck the city of London. Fuck the Vatican.
Speaking of time travel, wasn't there a cover with Donald Trump in 1999? And on the cover, it quotes him saying, "I don't know why time travelers are trying to kill me. I'm just a real estate guy."
It is a meme that everyone always throws around, like, and it's a
What
thing
is the
that
thing?
Elon always reposts.
I don't know why they want to kill him. Why would they want to kill him if it were a true thing? Like time travelers from the future just want to kill him because they know that he's going to probably unleash something that humanity's not ready for? Or
Are we
that
talking
he's
about
going to
Trump?
create, yeah.
But humanity is ready for it. That's the thing. It's like we don't realize. I think everyone's upgrading right now. You don't even all know it.
Oh, yeah. Oh,
But that's
for
why it's
sure.
important to like do your shadow work shit now because the whole world's gonna be going through it.
Yeah, something's. I don't know if it's us or if they are somehow hacking us and making us like woohoo crazy or something's up. I don't know. I can't put my finger on it. Like woohoo. Like
Ben, where
I
should
don't
I
know.
oh, Ben, check your X. I text it to you too, but I don't know. And I'm like, I thought I could send it to you on Telegram, but I feel like I'm just gonna send it to a chat room of people.
That's probably not a good idea.
Yeah, like I'm like, I don't think that's been privately. So I think I have been on X and I'll send the link there. How do you know when your friends are off grid? These are like okay. All right. I sent the link to let me make sure it's the right one. Yep. That should work. Okay, I'm so stressed out. I'm really
I
not.
was stressed out. I was like,
I know. It's like I don't have
it
it
shouldn't have been that difficult.
because I already thought we took care of it. I would have taken
There's
care
a
of
fake
it.
post.
It's my bad.
Sorry. I
I'm
saw
sorry
a
to put it on
post.
you, Abbie.
No, I should have just sent it to him. But then again, it didn't work when I sent it to him. So
I think I probably sent him the same link
things
that
work
you
out
did.
exactly the way they're supposed to, I think. So
Remember how I said someone died, an actor, but apparently it was a fake post and it said Jeffrey Dean Morgan, that guy, but he didn't really die. I thought he did.
Wouldn't it be
Fake
weird
news.
if there was a hoax about your like if you were a celebrity and somebody all these people were like, "Oh, they died." And you woke up and you were like, "I didn't die."
I'd
Wouldn't
be
that freak you out?
it would because I would think, what kind of spell are they trying to do on me here? Like, shit, I'm gonna die soon.
Yeah, I'd get all Randy Quaid. This is some
Yeah.
Star Whacker warning bullshit.
Yeah.
Oh,
That seems crazy.
Singapore, apparently, underneath their mega structures that I guess that are famous in Singapore, apparently they have the same long structures underneath their temples when they're not temples. They're starting to believe that they're star forts and portals.
Yeah. Was it Singapore or Cambodia?
Cambodia or Singapore?
I don't know. I thought it was Cambodia.
One or the other.
Yeah. Isn't that the same thing that's under the Giza pyramid, right? Or all
They're probably all like that, honestly. Imagine what's under the
Stargates.
Bosnian pyramid, and that shit's fucking huge.
Well, you know how we're talking about the 3 monoliths? What
Mhm.
about if as above, so below, and the pyramids are just tips of monoliths? That's all they are. So that we have these little puny monoliths above ground, and in reality, the ones that are
Yeah.
below the ground. So as we take out these above power structures, maybe we're getting back the energetic.
Like the Easter Island heads that were actually had full bodies.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then you know what else I also like? In the realm of kind of conspiracy, wherever you land, like whatever your kind of gig is, like whatever thing you're into or whatever thing you kind of conceptualize being somewhat of the truth they keep from us, you're right about a lot of it. Like however crazy you think, you're right about a lot of it. And then you're also wrong about a lot of it. Like whatever the truth may be, I just think it's like this very cool idea that there's so much that they've kept from you. like your little kid brain, whatever your little kid brain could like muster. They've probably kept that secret from you, you know? It's kind of wild.
So, on that topic, with all these megastructures underneath, where did all the fucking dirt come from?
Where did all
Where
the
did it
dirt
come
come
from?
from?
These
Sorry, that was another one.
trillions of tons of fucking dirt, just and sand and whatever elements that are in these fucking megaliths or whatever you want to fucking call them at this point, portals. Where is it coming from? And you're gonna say a mud flood.
Oh,
Was it a
maybe
mud
the trench, or is
flood?
it the trench in the ocean?
Yay.
Okay, so that's weird. Now let me figure this out. That worked from my phone. That's fucking weird. And my computer's like just going retarded about it. All right, hold on. I'll be right back.
Okay.
I'm not gonna do
Daddy's here.
this.
Awesome. Cool. Mud floods is a good topic. I'm interested about that and see what
I
Ben
love
thinks.
it all. The Tartaria stuff. Yes.
Yeah, that's what I was kind of saying. It's like really for the flat earthers, you're right about some of it. For the Tartarian people, you're right about a lot of it. Like for the like ancient Antiquitech alone people, you're right. Like for the people that are like, they've stole something. They've stole something. Yes. For like, you know, it just seems like there's some even
the giant trees. Yes, you're
the
right.
giant tree people, you are onto something. The people that are like, I think this was a huge building that melted with an ancient dew. I think you might be onto something too. It's like, I actually am a person that kind of believes everybody's closer to right and they need to like, instead of wrong. Like if they actually took time to philosophize about each other's ideas, they could put that filter into their own idea and be like, oh, this could have happened as well. Like
we do with like the melding of the minds, where you sit there and you're like, well, what if you play the whole what if game, and then you're like, oh, that feels like the truth. You somehow all come together and you find the new truth.
So what if, okay, talking about all this dirt, what if this dirt did not come through a mud flood, but it came from the inner realms of them creating their own realms in inner earth and just needing to put it somewhere?
Yeah.
Like building structures to keep their whatever.
We're gonna build it below the earth, so we gotta pull. Yeah,
and
you have
just
to excavate them.
layer on top of what they built, just so they're not found and hidden. That could be that's an awesome.
That's
theory.
a very good theory, actually. I think.
Where they're saying, oh, you know, mud flood, but
flood.
I don't know. I think
like, and then when you think about certain like events, like sandstorms, or like where they're like, there was the great, you know, like mid-east or whatever happened in the Midwest where it was all dry, like a dust bowl. Doesn't that seem similar to somewhere where people are like, you know, where the pyramids were? It used to be jungle. It was all fertile. So there's like, well, what the fuck happened? Like in those kind of times, it feels like, what did they do? Like, where did all this dirt? Like they just released all this dirt into the air.
I don't know. There's some technology that we don't know about that exists that pulverizes shit into sand. Probably.
I bet you, like, if they cut down a big tree, the dust bowl would be what happened immediately afterward because there would be no shade of the big tree anymore.
Well, if you look at the trees that are petrified, they turn into crystal, and a lot of the sand is crystal that exists. So it's silica.
I bet if Ben's listening to us, he's like wanting to come in and tell us all about it right now. Yeah,
I know. And
because
Nigel's going to bring up archaics in our chat right before Ben gets here, as if.
Yeah, come on.
As fucking if. Let's not do that. Can we not trigger Ben right at the beginning of our fucking show? That'll make him more triggered than trans kids.
Yeah, don't they them him. Come on.
Yeah. Let's not. Let's keep it on a kiki. Let's keep it on a kiki level. Yeah, Abbie has her nails did. I know you guys. I'm so nerdy. Like I have so much. I feel like by next week some stuff I'll be able to talk about, but I'm like, oh, I'm doing some nerdy little things and I'm excited, but I don't want to. Okay, let's try again. Burn. What's up?
Welcome.
That's so weird. So what's going on is when you try and put that into the messenger, it automatically takes you to Restream and tries to make you start your own account and all this shit. I only when I clicked on it on specifically on the one in X from Chaney, that one would take me here. But when I originally pulled it, because I had X on my phone and I didn't have it on my computer, so I pulled it off my phone and I sent it to myself through Messenger, and it did the same thing as when Abbie sent it.
And I just took the one Abbie sent and did it. But this is what I think. Restream is the Spirit airline of services. And so it seems cheaper on the onset, but when you have to add all the features, like I just want to bring luggage with me on my flight, or maybe you want to use the bathroom, that'll cost you $5 to open the door. That's what this service seems to be like. So I probably will StreamYard any day now. I'm probably not far from StreamYard, but I am getting smoother at using these tools, and I'm a little clunky at StreamYard, but I spend half my time there anyway. So
we're talking about archaics.
I know. That's what I said. See, no, because I said, can we not bring up archaics right when Ben Balderson is getting in the fucking room? You might as well bring up trans kids.
Yeah.
Like, we're just gonna start off right there. I mean, I was gonna wait, build
you
up.
know what? None of my fucking chat ever talked about
Shots
fucking
fired.
archaics. Ever. I never fucking see that shit. It's just like, oh, this is what we're up to today. I see you. I see you.
You know,
If
I
the
heard
world-
something.
If the world was right, he'd be swinging the wind like laundry.
Dude, you know what I heard this week a lot? That the Holy Trinity are not what people say it is, but it's Abraxas, Sophia, and Jesus, apparently. And that's the Holy Trinity. And who is
How does that
Abraxas?
even make sense?
Man, it's going around the internet and they're saying that's the divine trinity. Abraxas is the good and the evil, and he's higher than the God, the Abrahamic gods that everybody worships. And there's a lot of this shit going on about Abraxas and Sophia and Jesus.
I'm like in my head, like in my conceptual head, like Abraxas is in a completely different realm, space, and time. And then Sophia is a completely different religion. And then Jesus is a whole different concept. It's like,
dude, I know.
mixed
And everyone's like, oh,
Gnosticism
this is not,
yeah.
this is all Gnosticism. I'm like, no, it's not.
Unless they
That has
think
nothing to do with
Abraxas
Abraxas.
is the demiurge and they're trying to say something like that. Like if they're trying to
The
be like,
chicken
oh,
head.
Yaldabaoth is Abraxas. Then it's, but I don't serpent body, lion
Abba.
face instead of a
Abba.
chicken face
Abba.
and a serpent body.
I don't know, everything after the Theosophical Society really did a number pushing everything together. What this reminds me of is if anybody's ever looked up like the Great White Brotherhood, which is a Theosophical Society concept where all these superhero good guys from myth, you know, Jesus, Sanat Kumara, whoever you like, and they're all sitting up in Shambhala and they're waiting for us to be fucked just enough so that way they can come down and help. You know, we're not getting screwed over quite enough yet. They're up there like, nah, they need to get the French tickler out with the no lube and then we will come help.
Then we'll save them.
What
have you been up to on the farm, Ben? I want to go back to this. I just know you were busy, and Abbie was saying you are going to try to be here if you're not digging like ditches or something.
Yeah. We were supposed to go out gold panning. We got a little bit. I did, but my dad he just had heart surgery, and he thought he'd be up to going out and doing it, but I think he's having a reaction to the medications they're giving him. So it's giving him pretty wicked diarrhea. And that kind of put a hex on that. I can't imagine anything worse than being out in the middle of the mountains, climbing up streams with the shits. That don't sound great.
Hey,
I want
Ben.
a gold pan. Oh, go on, Layla.
Do you think that there's a silent gold rush that people are not talking about, but there's tons of gold to be found in Mother Nature right now?
Oh yeah. And the thing is, the thing that people are not quite grasping is, if you just go back 20 years, gold was only worth like $200 to $300 an ounce. Now it's top $3,500 an ounce. Well, at $200 to $300 an ounce, you're willing to leave a lot behind. You're not willing to go through a lot. You need to get a substantial return in order to make any kind of money. At $3,500 an ounce, oh, that don't take a whole lot. That's an ounce is not very big of gold. And so all this gold around that wasn't huge deposits that people would have ignored at $200 an ounce, at $3,500 an ounce, that's not so easy to ignore.
Yeah.
Yeah. I see a lot of panning going around on the internet. People are like out there right now. I'm like, I kind of want to get a pan and start like panning for gold, baby.
I would
Right.
totally
Yeah,
take
and
a
that was-
trip. Like that would be something that in my nerdy savings that I would be like, all right, you guys, I'm going to save up blank amount of K and I'm going to get cameras and we're all going to let Ben, like we're going to get a lease somewhere where we all decide like, all right, you guys, here's our summer plan. And like, this is one of the reasons I learned how to weld. Like this is one of the reasons I was like, if you're out doing gold, any of the equipment you need, there's no one around to fix it. It has to be you. So if that's your horse, you have to be able to fix that horse, whatever it is out in the middle of nowhere. And so like those kind of skill sets, I'm like, I'm going to gold pan or like the whole thing, like drudge, do the whole,
Dude, if I can find an ounce a day right now, that's perfect.
That's what I'm saying. And 20 years ago, an ounce, that wasn't going to be a group, it wasn't a bad day, but it wasn't, something to write home to mom about. But making $3,500 in a day, that's a good day.
See, in Nevada, my dad was a gold miner off and on because he did construction and sometimes he'd go work for the mines. But they would just blast a whole hill. And it was like they were doing micro gold, like they were looking for like the smallest particles. So some places do that, but.
And do you think a lot of it is like maybe, in like 100 monkeys of a way, something happened to society for blank amount of decades that people stopped having the eyes for looking, like there was so much gold maybe on necklaces and in jewelry stores and gold and like it had a different value, and other things like dollars and cryptos and other things start having this value that people have the eyes again to be like, that's an old river. That's an old, because people are actually looking into that kind of shit again. So we're almost like retraining our brain backward a little bit collectively. Sometimes I think that.
Well, we really see society falling apart, and doing things like this is starting to take on a much greater appeal. It's where 10 years ago, when jobs were more plentiful, when the economy wasn't completely tanked, you could maybe achieve the American dream. And everybody knows that the lottery is basically a scam, because most poor people, that's the only idea that they could ever get rich. Well, this, they call them retirement nuggets. They're around. They exist. I just saw a 100-gram nugget that somebody pulled out up by where we live just the other day. 100 grams, that's a $14,000 nugget.
I wish that on you so hard. So just so you know.
Yeah. Where you're just like, look.
Yeah.
And people, this is what I picture next. Don't show that on screen. And Ben saying, I dare somebody to come and try to take it. I'll give them my address.
Yeah, I'm probably the only person that has on the internet that I've ever seen that's done major speaking that has always been open about where I live. I just don't care. Like, yeah, good luck.
I think, for like, if you were starting a restaurant, I don't know what it's called, where you get paid like a little bit to consult. Like I'd be a good consultant to do a restaurant. You'd be a good consultant for somebody living off grid.
Yeah.
Like there's so many people that think like, okay, I bought my land. I have my 100K. I'm going to build my cabin. Here I go. And then a year later, their kids are starving.
Oofta. Out here, we see there's ladies live literally right above us. I don't think they lived here 6 months before their house was back up for sale. The guy that Brian bought his house from, I don't think that guy made it 8 months and his house was back up for sale. Like it's they well, the thing is they sell you something on the internet and it's like have all the modern conveniences but don't have to work. And you're like, you don't have to go work for somebody else. The whole thing is like, if you follow my YouTube at all, there's all kinds of shit on there, like me doing electrical or plumbing or fixing my truck. Well, I have to do that. Somebody's got to do it. So I either got to pay money for somebody else to do that for me, which means that I've got to go to work or else I've got to go do it. So somebody's got to do the work no matter what. And I, somewhere in there, they didn't tell that to people that you are actually going to have to do all the work yourself, that there's honestly, most things I couldn't even hire somebody to come out here to do for me, even if I wanted to. Ain't nobody coming out here. They'd have to charge you so damn much to do it that it would just break you. So you've got to learn to do everything yourself. And when you start doing that, you have to be very minimalist. And we as a society are extremely not minimalist. We're consumers to the max.
Yeah. Even the amount of time just like to have to think about, like, we have like if you have a wood stove, who's going to cut the wood for the stove? Cool. Who's going to bring in the wood, dry the wood? Like there's all these stages of wood before you just are like, I cut down a tree and threw it in the fire. Like, I don't know. So it's just every stage of living off grid. I think people have these fairy tales sometimes, like they're just going to move. And I'm like, that life ain't for everyone. It could be, but we're lazy. Like we're very fucking lazy as a society.
Our creature comfort
and weak. Like you look at pictures from the 1700s, these people aren't in nicely insulated buildings and shit like that. You're like, why can I see through all the walls? It's South Dakota. It's -20 outside. You can see through your walls, bro. Like, what the hell? And you're sitting there in a jacket. You aren't even like iglooed up. You're just sitting there in a jacket. How the hell? We are pussies.
Well, that's why heart disease wasn't such a big thing back then, because everybody was still getting cold and training all their little micro muscles. So
Well, also you wonder what is in all the insulation in the walls. That is now all the shit we're breathing in, that we're constantly sick all the time. That, you know, most of those old cabins and old houses were built with some local wood that the bugs didn't eat, termites didn't get in it, you know, moss didn't eat it, whatever insect or pesticide.
Sheetrock. Every time, 110%. My dad's been a contractor. 90% of the time when they do demolition, the black stains on the fucking sheetrock. If the moisture that it captures, it causes fucking mold. It's these products that we're using every fucking time. And it's got to stop, or it's got to change. Lead paint they took away. Kids are eating the paint. Suck my dick. Like,
bullshit.
Really?
I know, and that's what I keep bringing up. Like, if you were getting radiated, one of the things that you would do is be like, I wish I could make a lead box. Well, you can't make a lead box. That would be the heaviest house in the whole world. What about if I mix this lead in this paint and then we paint the inside of our walls with it? You might be onto something, bitch. We might be able to protect ourselves from whatever it is that, you know, they knew before they erased our history. We knew we were onto something. Even the asbestos. I think that asbestos is like cigarettes. It's the Lee Harvey Oswald of cancer. I don't think it's the thing at all that caused any of the things.
And it's in every military building still. Like,
but I feel like it's one of the gifts from
every
Venus.
Car's brakes. It's in most cars' brakes still.
It is, yeah.
Yeah, it's what's all over your front of your tires, that dust.
Yeah.
It's actually like very beautiful too. Asbestos is. If you've never seen it as a crystal, gorgeous. It gives this really neat shimmer.
Really?
Petersite. Yeah, petersite's my very favorite mineral. I probably got a big chunk of it laying around here somewhere. But petersite has a really nice deep blue.
Oh, wow.
And then the asbestos in it gives it this silver shimmer. And it's so pretty. Yeah, look up petersite. Yeah, super gorgeous.
This
It
earth
is
is so
so
beautiful.
pretty.
But that's very stable. See that shimmer in that blue, the dark blue is
Mhm.
actually a mineral, and then where the lighter parts is where asbestos is sticking out and giving it that shimmer.
Oh wow.
Wow.
It is so
That's
pretty. I can't believe
wild.
that's real life.
I can't
Yeah.
believe Earth makes this.
It
Or
looks like
whatever makes this, whoever makes. Oh my
It looks
God.
like the
Edward Munch
Scream.
Ribbons and Van Gogh. Yeah, that's as Edward Munch is saying.
Yeah, it does,
It does look
Abbie.
the same.
That
Um,
is his own consciousness.
Well, isn't it also like when there was like the ancient idea of like the gods or whatever came from Venus, whatever lore this is, that we were brought 3 gifts and it was like bees, honey, and asbestos? Or wait, bees, bananas, and asbestos, or something like that. And some people interchange asbestos with wheat, but they're
Huh.
like the gifts from Venus.
So there's the gifts from Venus, the three gifts, just like the Magi, the 3 gifts from the Magi to Jesus.
Oh, yeah. 3 gifts.
What if
and
there's
one
a
of
s-
them gold?
Yeah.
What if there's a whole psyop to like the whole, oh, if you think you had asbestos poisoning, contact us. And maybe they did some weird testing on people who were like,
Mesothelioma.
Yeah.
yeah,
Did you
My
ever go to
uncle had
Camp
that.
Lejeune?
I don't know.
Well, it's so weird that they do the whole Camp Lejeune of it all, but it's literally in every
Well, because
military
we had to
building.
use
Whole ass
asbestos. We
commercial.
had to use a lot of asbestos, especially so like most people don't realize this. There's a whole thing where they call assault rifles, machine guns, and all this. Not an assault rifle is an actual machine gun, so it's got to be able to shoot like a belt fed. So like an M60 is a machine gun.
Yeah, completely.
It's not, right. Well, the thing people don't realize is those machine guns, the barrels aren't that fucking tough. So even when you shoot an M60, you go 1, 2, 3, and then you let off 1, 2, 3, shoot 1, 2, 3, let off 1, 2, 3, and still doing that within 2 minutes, that barrel will be like a freaking piece of spaghetti. It'll just be flopping around like that. So it takes 2 men to shoot that gun. The second man has another barrel and he's wearing asbestos, and he will tap your head, pop open, change the barrel, reload the clip, pop it back, tap you on the head again, and then you're ready to shoot. And when he grabs that second barrel, he takes that thing and he goes like this, and he straightens it out as best he can, and he lays it down on the ground and waits for it to cool down, and hopefully it's pretty straight.
I feel like I saw something like that in an Indiana Jones movie. I don't know. Maybe not the laying it down part, but it seems like the whole tapping on the head and switching it out thing.
Yeah. And like I said, that barrel will just turn into a piece of spaghetti. It'll just flop all over the place after like 2 minutes.
Yeah.
That's
it's
wild.
Yeah,
hot.
so hot. Just hot metal is so scary. It's so wild.
Not that many people know that either.
No. Well, not many
Yes.
people anymore. What are we at? Like 0.5% that have served in the military or something like that. It's like, 1 out of every 200 people.
Mm.
Yeah, that's
Well, there's
so crazy.
50% in this room.
Right.
I know it's wild in the truth or conspiracy, whatever word realm, how many are ex-military. It's as many, Layla, as I would say are ex-drama kids. In some, there is a fine line that are ex-drama kids and ex-military.
I was a drama kid too. Yeah, that would be me.
We didn't have drama where I'm from.
It's weird. It's like the weird mix where musical theater and the Marines meet.
Yeah, I was not a Marine. I was just Army.
I was just a sailor.
Just a sailor.
Yeah.
So of the
seaman.
whole big psyops of the week, you guys, we think this is a really funny one to kiki about with Ben, and Abbie brought it up, and I'm like, I just think this is, we can get into it. Ben, have you seen the psyop this week of 100 men versus 1 gorilla?
I have. I was just asking my family about it yesterday, Brian and Christy about it yesterday. I was like, have you guys seen this? It's everywhere on the internet all of a sudden. I was like, what the hell? I seen Tom Aspinall against 100 gorillas, or I mean 100 Tom Aspinalls against one gorilla. I seen two what's his name, the world's strongest man guy, Eddie Hall. 2 Eddie Halls against one gorilla.
So what I want to know is the origin. Was it Mike Tyson? Because did you guys see that come out this week too? The Mike Tyson of it all, an old interview, and they were talking. It was an old story. I guess when he was married to Robin, they went to some zoo and he saw the gorilla, and he asked to pay $10,000 to let him fight the gorilla.
I think I heard that.
So then they pulled up the interview, like somebody had posted a clip. So I was like, is this the origin of that? Like, did somebody go with that and decide, oh, well, how many people would it take to beat up a gorilla? Or did we do this when we were like some animal other than a bear versus a man?
So that is what I'm
I feel like we did this. I feel like this was our style.
My only question on it
did we say gorilla or was it hippo?
What is the stamina of the gorilla? That would be my only question. Like, you know, eventually that gorilla's got to wear out. I mean, I know that they're super strong and super fast, but how long can they do that? Like, if they chase 100 dudes around, eventually is he going to wear out? I don't.
Are they known for like breaking bones and like tearing limbs?
Oh yeah, they could just tear your head right off your head. Like they can tear your head off your body.
30 guys are totally dead quick.
Yeah, like the first 30 are dead. But it's not one King Kong, it's just one gorilla.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
The adrenaline of a gorilla. Like, let's say
I even think like if you get 10 dudes on each limb, already you're starting that gorilla to have some issues.
Yeah.
Like, you know, like,
but how do you get 10 dudes to coordinate that well?
Well,
I mean,
I think the
it would have to be
thing,
10 fearless fucks too.
This is, I think it's a sleeper. I think it's all about a sleeper hold. I think you got to get somebody on the back and leg choke the neck of the gorilla into a sleep. That's the only shot you fucking have. I've thought about this through that. I'm like, you have no shot at fucking making the gorilla stop just with your bare hands and its bare hands. It'll just be like, you know, the first 30 are dead. The next 20 are severely injured. The next, it would just be a wear away that you're saying, where like even the gorilla at the end, the whole army of 100's like beating the fuck up, and the gorilla's beating the fuck up too, but still walking back into the jungle or wherever gorillas live. I don't know.
Yeah, that's the best scenario. Like a bunch of them just jumping from behind, 1 or 2 grabbing him from the neck, 1 pulling his hair back, another 2 grabbing one arm, another 2 grabbing another arm, and the waist, and then 2 grabbing the legs and just fucking tackle it down.
If all these dudes are war boys, like from fucking Furiosa or something, okay, sure. But yeah, I've never been in a room with 100 dudes that have balls. Like, you're going to be like, okay, we all charge right now. 3/4 of them dudes are staying back. And then the brave quarter just got smoked. Like, this is reality.
The quarter you needed to have any shot is already dead.
Yeah, they're dead. They're the ones down. The chicken shits, they lived. Like,
Rig said gorillas will rip 10 sacks off real quick. Oof. And I think that's the thing that people wouldn't think about is a gorilla doesn't have to kill 100 people. It rips the arm off one. It rips the head off one. It rips a few nut sacks off. It pulls one ear off. It bites one in the neck. It like grabs one with its foot and just throws it up against the tree.
Yeah, like most people have never been in a fight. They don't even know. And also most people have never danced with an animal. And I got to tell you, like, even when you see shit like bullfighting, you guys got to know that bull was bled before the bullfight. It was weakened. It was that bullfighter was given the bull was basically half dead when it entered the ring.
Whoa.
Like, that human is given every advantage you could possibly imagine.
Such a ritual.
Like, in all reality, my miniature bull, who's super friendly and super nice and wants me to play with him, he will come over and I'll be like working on my truck and he'll stick his head under my ass and he'll flick me 3-4 feet into the air and I'll just fly and then land on his back. And he's not even doing anything. He's just playing with me. Like, this isn't an angry maneuver. When they actually push on each other like during breeding time, and they're like, nah, that's mine. That's my pussy. And they're really amped up about it. It's ugly. They will push over a full-size tree like it's not even there.
Damn. Pussy that good, huh?
Damn straight. They're fighting
Golden
over
pussy.
it.
One of those weird.
Chaney's a little slut. Like, holy smoking Joe. So like 8 months ago, the bulls broke into the heifer pen, and we try to keep the heifers until they're 2 years old before they breed. And Chaney's even a little girl, and she's just a little shit. And I didn't imagine she could breed at all. And we ran down there, and I heard a bunch of bellering around. So I run down there, and the bulls are trying to hump Buttercup, and she keeps falling to the ground. So I run down there with the cattle prod, and I spend like 3 hours chasing bulls around the fucking mountain, just about died. I was like, this is horrible. Well, they never went near Chaney. Well, apparently that's because they had already nailed Chaney, and she was already pregnant. I go out there like 2 months ago to go out and feed the animals, and one of my older cows had a calf, and I look down and I see the calf laying against the feed tank, and it's looking kind of shitty and wet, and I'm like, what the fuck's up with this calf? And then I look over and I'm sitting there staring at it for a minute, and then I see the other calf walking, and I'm like, where the hell did this calf come from? And that was Chaney's calf.
So
you have a lot of
Chaney
cows
is
now.
officially a breeder.
Yeah.
I'm a breeder, you guys. All my magic is saved so Ben's cow can have the babies I never will.
Oh, dude, she did good all by herself, the whole nine. And
You
she's
didn't
a
even
good
guess
mom.
it. No one even saw it coming. No pun intended. It was immaculate conception.
It was.
Got a beautiful little girl.
It was immaculate conception. She's
Little
a Mary.
Oh,
You have
Mary.
cow Jesus.
Yes. And she will give me magic milk.
Yeah, it'll make you walk on water.
The funniest thing, speaking of cows, I saw like a compilation of like why kids or babies get triggered when they hear a mooing sound. And it's so crazy, like the reactions anytime they hear it, whether it's an actual cow or a human being. The vibration of it is just something about it is like the cow jumped over the moon. Ooh.
Dude, cows are magical. They're such
Yeah.
freaking cool creatures.
There's something to their moo though that we overlook. The moo, the
We have
vibration of
closer
it.
eyeballs, I think, to cows than we do monkeys.
Really?
I think like it's like cows and pigs, like the human eyeballs closer to that than
Oh.
monkey. Like
The
there's like
pig
a couple
thing.
of things that we have where people are like, we're like chimpanzees, and it's like all
We're like
these, we're a
pigs.
lot more like these other
Yes.
animals than
Well,
monkeys.
I heard that cows are actually hybrids of some other. I forgot what breed it is. They were talking about it, but cows are actually the ones that we eat today are like genetically modified and mixed with some other DNA to create the cow. Because these cows that were, I guess, in history, the big, huge bulls, they were a different type of species, and they're no longer really around. Only in one part of the world. I forgot where. I have to find
Balderson
that.
and the Milkers is our band name.
Let me find out right now. Hold on.
No, it sounds just the same as panda to me. Like, do you notice like in India, like cows just walk around skinny as anything and they don't eat the cow. It just
Yeah.
they're like, I'm not messing with that cow. There it seems like
They
there's
do drink
something.
the pee though, so I'm just not sure about it.
Oh yeah.
Wash your face in it, like
Well, they're getting baptized or something. What about? But the same thing with a pig, because Muslims and Jews both don't eat pig.
I
And
No,
wouldn't
it's
eat a pig
human.
either.
yeah, I mean
Chimera.
the cloven foot or whatever. Yeah,
But I mean, when you look at it, we're also like 93% the same as an asparagus. Like, like when you start really breaking it down,
well, you
this is
can't
what I never get.
transplant, asparagus for our organs like you could a pig.
But like we all come from the same material of this
Yeah.
world.
Right.
And so there's only so many components, you know, when you break it down, the cellular salts that are creating the structure that we are, there's only so many of them. We're all kind of eating the same shit, and even if we don't eat it, we eat the things that ate it. Like, we're all kind of using the same thing, so that we're all pretty much kind of the same
circle of life.
In a weird, like this episode we called Levi's jeans and other designer bloodlines. And you know, it came up because Abbie was like staring at the Levi's jeans thing. We've been talking about the Ark of the Covenant and how only the Levites can carry it, and how there's like when we were all growing up, there was only Levi's jeans in our country. Like nobody wore plastic on their body. Like
Real
if your
denim.
grandfather had a pair of jeans, they were there 100 years the same jeans. And so it's just like, and they were blue. They didn't have to be blue. And so you have these blue Levi's jeans, and then
Levi's
only
wear
the
a certain
Levites.
blue thread.
Yeah. And so, and only the Levites can carry the Ark of the Covenant. So it was just like, could bloodlines be something? Is there any alchemy that certain bloodlines could actually carry some kind of properties that other bloodlines don't?
Oh, there's no doubt about that. No doubt about that.
Because Levi's genes, like Levites have to carry the gene of Levi. They have to be the, you know, in the Levi bloodline. So it's weird that Levi's genes are a thing. Like, that's
they're
not
making
an
us say
accident.
Levi's jeans almost so that we like smoke screen Levi's jeans.
Yeah.
Like,
but then
even
it's like,
something-
what if it was something so simple like if you wear real denim Levi's jeans, you can carry the Ark of the Covenant, and you're
Yeah,
not
like
gonna
that's
get
what we were like, as silly as it sounds. What about if it was like a fabric thing, or like, oh, wear Levi's jeans when you're gold mining and it attracts, there's something magnetism about cotton. Or whatever the thing, it just seems like there's something about American denim. And then Abbie, one of the other things, we were on the phone like maybe 2 hours last week talking about this. So it might be a little space cadet-y. It was the caps and the buttons, how they're all like what, brass or copper?
The rivets.
Copper.
Yeah,
The
they're all
rivets.
copper. Copper rivets, which are conductive, and cotton is highly conductive. And then if we go into the Ark of the Covenant is supposedly, you know, arc, it's electricity, it zaps people. So what the hell? How is it all related? What spin do you possibly have on this Baldur's Thing? 'Cause I feel like you have the missing element, something we're missing.
No, that's fantastic. And I would absolutely agree that your assessment of that with the copper, and that the Ark of the Covenant would obviously be, because so when you get into the Tartarians, one of my disagreements with them is where they think that these steeples and whatnot are energy generators. And it, for me, when you get into the higher realms, that's all just electric. It's all plasma. It's all energy. And so Mercury, and I do agree with the part where they say that that's supposed to be a Mercury pool, and it's supposed to be making accessible this energetic transmission. But it would be more similar to like when we used to have Mercury on our antennas for our TVs. So rather than getting a TV signal, you're getting the God signal or whatever. And then that's getting projected down into this big room that's meant to hold and you know, amplify these kind of things. So I absolutely agree with what you're saying, that they would want to wear conductive things. They had laws against wearing mixed fabrics.
Yeah,
I would imagine that that would apply most heavily for these holy ceremonies. There's zero chance that they would have a mixed fabric, and almost guaranteed that they would have specific metals attached to them. It's something I've always found fascinating, because if you ever read the Iliad or anything like that, or any of these type of books, they're very specific about the metals and crystals, and some of them, like for battle, would make no sense, like copper or bronze. These are not hard metals. They're not going to make a good weapon. They're not going to make copper. You got arsenical copper, but then that makes more of a good saw blade. It's still not really that great against striking.
Because alloy, you need an alloy to be a strong metal.
That's what so
right?
many people don't understand about metals, is Do you realize how long it takes to really sharpen a blade? One, like let's say we were about to go into battle. How long it takes, and only a really good metal, how many strikes I could actually take of something. Because if I hit your like shield 3 times, I would soften my entire blade. So now I just have a blunt object. It's like, so when you look up the certain amount of like where people just assume, like that's why I can't get down with knights armor being like they actually used it for battle at all. I'm like, this doesn't this is a magic battle. This doesn't make any sense. And every ninja would be every knight. Any kid Gage in Pet Cemetery would take every knight off its feet by just Achilles heel.
I just watched Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure the other day, and there's the part where they're in the knight's armor and they're like having a hard time walking, and then they're falling. And yeah, I mean, let's be real.
You were protecting yourself from sorcery.
So many times when we were kids.
That's high magic. They were like, oh shit, that witch will do a spell on you. And there's nothing history can convince me that any army would follow Joan of Arc. I just, and they would never be like, you know what? I have a great idea. Let's put a 5 foot, 100-pound woman in a bunch of armor and then follow her.
Or something, 12,
yeah,
14-year-old.
That she was a witch. Like there's something else about that tale.
That's why they burn her at the stake.
Yeah, they're like, let's take this bitch. Like she was like the
witch.
Oracle of Delphi. They were like,
let's
take her
now, though. Yeah,
let's take her. And then the other army was like, she's your Oracle. Watch this. Let her burn.
Yeah, 100%.
Levi's jeans.
Well, yeah, that even the because I'm a heathen. There's a real shield maiden push, and that really wasn't realistic in any way, shape, or form. There, if you actually read the stories, like take the Vinland Saga, that's one of the bigger ones that has a woman that actually went out and went Viking, went on a trip, went with the men. She did nothing but cause problems. The whole trip basically was fucked because of her. She caused problems between the two groups of men. There's actually 2 different accounts. One of them, it was over buckboards. I'm not 100% sure what that was all about, what a buckboard exactly does. It sounds kind of simple, but apparently there was a buckboard issue, and so she had the men attacking other men, and it was all bad. Very seldomly. And the thing is realistically, in a battle situation, as a man, if there's a woman in harm, in danger that I know is around, that half of my attention is now directed on her. Like, and it's just
it makes you weaker if she's there. That's really what it,
because it's kind of like protect the queen still mentality.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Like if Christy and I would never want Christy anywhere near me if I was fighting. And I know that a lot of your
get in the house.
Yeah.
Like my masculine felt that because I would be that way. I'd be like, with my kids, period.
But
I
I
had to
think
go into
there
battle
is,
for them. Go get somewhere safe.
In a proper, I just imagine however many thousands of years ago in whatever village or township or whatever you want to take, there would be a responsibility the same way some, like I would feel like most men would have the responsibility of being like, we protect this place. The women would have a responsibility of the know-how of knowing the woods so they could get the kids in the bloodlines out. So running would be a big responsibility. And like, I feel like somewhere in the like know-how of the land and the everything, there would be times that like the father would take the mom all the way up through the hills and be like, if anything happens, this is the pass you want to take. Here's the guy you want to talk to, because everything would be about saving their children so they could go on past that.
Yeah.
Like,
100%.
so I feel like there is a response, like fighters fight so runners can run. And they're not fighting because they're like, I'm going to fight and kill you and yay. It's like they're protecting something. It's like, usually
100%.
like a way of life.
And if you're not running, if you're standing next to me, I'm going to immediately try to protect you. I'm not going to do what's most effective, which is what I normally would have done. I'm going to try and protect you. which is putting both of us at danger.
Yeah.
Now
Yeah.
the chances of us winning are much less.
Yeah, your attention's diverted. It can't ever be 100% on what's in front of you.
Yep. It's all bad. And I don't. A buckboard is a wagon without a cover. Huh. Well, that's interesting. So yeah, apparently there was a wagon, and she got mad about a borrowed wagon, and turned the whole thing. The whole trip was a complete failure because of it.
It was a shit show.
Yeah. And they make memes, and one of them is correct. She did get involved in an actual battle because she had to at that point, and she bared her breasts, and they hold her up as an icon because of this. But what they don't hold up is that she basically destroyed the entire trip. Like, none of that was necessary at all. You could have just maybe got along with everybody, had a prosperous trip, like had a good time, came back successful. Like that all could have happened, and that would have been good stuff. It's a really weird world that we've entered into. And I seen a thing the other day, and it was very interesting. So it was like, well, why didn't so many of these men that were in these positions that were left behind with the women reproduce? Because historically, the numbers of men that have reproduced, they get pretty fucking low. And it's like, well, that's because they were made into eunuchs. Like, you can go ahead and hang out with the girls, you little eunuch.
I'm going to shout out to Daniel Luna because two nasty bitches with no kids saying how to be a parent, a gay male and a mother who's a teacher giving parenting advice.
Hey, we love our trolls. Thank you, Daniel.
Thank you, Daniel. Shout out.
We should have a little thing that pops up like troll of the, troll award.
Yeah.
The troll award goes to Daniel tonight.
I know. I'm like,
I
if
love
we
the
were actually in a
projection.
village, to be fair, I'm gonna be real honest.
That was
Like, let's
parenting advice.
like I didn't
I thought
even
that
know
was
we
for
were
a troll.
talking about kids. That's what I
Yeah.
thought was really crazy.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
My like short attention squirrel brain was
Like,
like,
when did we talk
did
about
I
kids?
bring up a kid? Maybe, I don't know.
Nobody
maybe
was
in the
talking
very
about
beginning.
kids except for the women should run away with the kids and protect the kids. Like, that's.
Just
That's
kinda
logical.
common
I was
sense,
smoking
right?
a joint,
Yeah.
and it's hard for me to say put it down, but maybe you oughta, bro.
You know what I'm
Well,
thinking
there's
though,
still
for
a
real.
fan though.
If
Thanks
we
for watching.
were like 1,000 years ago or 100 years ago or something, or we didn't have like power or whatever, power, the amount of kids between you two, there's a good likelihood other adults like us nasty bitches might not have kids, so the village would work. Because between Abbie and Ben, I feel like you guys have 10 kids.
Yeah, I got 7.
I
Oh,
got 5.
12
We got
kids.
12. We got a
12.
dozen.
So yeah, like I'm
Yeah, we
sorry.
We got
got
half a
a
village
sports
right
team.
here.
I'm sorry if us nasty bitches have to tend to the fire in the red tent occasionally because
love-
Tristan
We have
and
a
Abbie are
football team.
raising a
I love how
tribe.
they're watching though, and that's what's even funnier. I love that they hate, but they still watch.
I
That is
know.
just chef's kiss. Feel better, get well soon. You're not well, so get
Eventually
But
you'll
I
love us.
was-
I got 8 grandkids.
Wow.
I love
he
that.
has no
though.
idea how many
Alderson's already
kids
building
I've
his
raised in my
legacy.
lifetime, and they weren't even my own.
Gay guy. That's hilarious.
I know. I'm like, do you see Ben's hands right now? He is like battling peacocks and bulls, and as if any gay man would have
I wish
callous,
you could
dirty
scroll
hands
up to
like
his
that.
picture.
And
I
this
wish
is
I
clean.
could.
I was eating. I was just hand eating with this hand, like just putting food in my mouth with my hand. This is pretty clean in my opinion. Where I thought this was worthy of eating.
It's probably better than antibacterial from Purell. Let's be real. Some sticky. Ben probably has the best immune system.
I was in the city and some lady dropped some. She dropped something and she went to go. Oh, it's brand new cups, and she went to go throw them away. What are you doing? And she's like, well, it hit the floor, and I took my food and I looked at it and I dropped it on the floor and I picked it up and I looked at her. I was like, and she's like, You're kidding.
Horrified.
Like she's just started losing her shit. And I'm just like, it's okay.
What is somebody did say something that I actually wanted to ask Ben. Full armor and horseback. Blah, 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 blah. Somebody said something
Horse.
that I'm like, oh, could this happen? Oh, this is what I was going to ask. Could trees have a toroidal field?
100%.
Yeah.
100%. That you legitimately, trees throw out voltage. They don't throw out amperage. You see that video where the guy will take a voltmeter and one multimeter,
Yeah.
turns it to volts, picks up a voltage reading from the tree differential to the ground. It's 100%. There's an electrical signal there. There's no chance that trees could even pump water up that high, for as high as most of these trees are. Unless without some type of other system that's not mechanical.
Yeah, like I was watching this video recently about like all these trees that are like cut down and the water pressure that comes out of these trees and like feeding the earth, and it's like where are their roots digging down in? Like where's this water source coming from? And they're saying, "Oh, it's just a water cycle." Part of that, but a lot of the times it's coming from these chopped up trees that were gigantic trees, probably, that still have the veins that are attached to whatever source of water that we don't know exists down there.
Trees
So,
bring up your water table.
yeah,
100%.
for sure.
Yeah, they say when they clear cut some of these forests, even like right now, it'll change the whole flow of a river.
Yeah,
Mhm.
Like
just
everything changes it.
actually just cutting a road through a forest will they call it desertification. And so if anybody watches, here's a great guy to watch, is Matt Powers. He's the guy that when I went to go teach my kids permaculture and I was homeschooling my kids, his classes were the ones that I went and paid for my kids to learn permaculture. He was working with Elaine Ingham, who's considered the world's leading soil biologist. He teaches classes on soil biology, how to look at it through a microscope, look at the different biome in your soil, the things that are setting your pH, the whole nine. It's absolutely wonderful. But definitely go check that guy out. Why the hell was I talking about Matt Powers?
Well, here's a question. Since you're talking about that, do you think we should start like collecting our waste and just spreading it where we need to give it some kind of nutrition back instead of this GMO process shit?
So classically, people would stay away from night. They call that night soil, any soil that's got human feces in it. But I don't think that that's the case.
Vampires like it.
Yeah.
So in my opinion, and I'm not saying that maybe you shouldn't age it a little longer than you would like alpaca manure. You would maybe age it similar to like cow manure, where you let it sit for a year before using it. But in my opinion, it would be very similar to, like, as a permaculture gardener, you chop and drop your plants at the end of the season, which means that you take what's left over of the plants, you just chop it, you let it go right back into the soil. Part of the idea of that is if you're going to replant the same plants in that area, now the things that made up that plant are sitting there latent in that soil over and over, and it's just going to keep, and especially if you use the same seeds from that plant, which have already been programmed to go with that soil, this is going to just automatically just come up. So I would think that, in my opinion, there would be some factor of that going on. Now, with that said, I also think that most of what people are eating is a problem, and I certainly wouldn't want anything in my soil of all these people that are flooding their bodies with medications, eating extreme processed foods, doing things like that, where myself, I mostly eat fresh vegetables. I'm a vegetarian, And so 90% of my diet is just fresh vegetables. Whatever
That's what I
my
was gonna
excrement
ask.
is, it's deteriorated. It's good stuff. It's just, you know, get a
That's what I
break.
was thinking, because don't
That's
you
what
think
mine too.
that you wouldn't want to use the shit of an animal that you wouldn't eat? So we don't eat carnivores. We don't eat cats and typically dogs and stuff like that. We usually eat herbivores. So that being said, human excrement from a person that does eat meat and stuff probably is going to be not as good for the soil that you're wanting to create as perhaps a vegetarian's.
Well, isn't that part of the whole biocycle of everything? Like where you live and your body getting used to the climate and the energy of everything. And that's why they say eat local, farm fresh food. So if you're taking your local fresh food that you're growing and you're eating that and you're shitting it out and you're putting it back into the soil, do you think it's probably creating some kind of healing DNA tool that they don't want us to know about? In that sense, maybe.
I don't think it's
How-
not that they don't want us to know about it. I honestly think I don't give the controllers as much credit as most people do. I honestly think
collect our
they're pretty
shit.
stupid. Like,
You know?
we can look back at Weaving Spiders when we had on one of the heads of the OTO, and I lit that dude up like a retarded fucking stepchild. Like, you know, it just made that dude look stupid the whole time. And I'm like, you're one of the heads of a secret society that everybody fears? You fucking kidding me right now? You're a moron. Are you kidding me? You believe things off TV. Go back to your damn freaking little T and go watch your CNN, dude.
Yeah.
These people, I think that nepotism and good old boy has basically made it so these people also don't really know what's going on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
At this point, yeah.
I will ask Marcus what episode that is. I'll talk about it on Dogface Dudes. I'll remember to ask him. I don't remember what episode that is. It was Alan Greenfeld was the guy's name.
You guys, just in case, I did put it over the screen too, but you can follow Ben everywhere at Odin's Alchemy and Deliberating Dogface Dudes that he does with Alan Marcus and Steve. What's Steve's last name? I don't know. He has a show. He has a show too. You can find Steve everywhere. And so they do that show too, and you can find it on probably Rumble. Where else are you guys at?
Oh, we're on YouTube, kinda, you know, for as best we can. We're on Rockfin, we're on Rumble.
Yeah, I know we always get in trouble. And can't you light human poop on fire though when it does something like even it out, like you spread it all out and then you light that on fire, and doesn't it do something to it so you can use it sooner?
100%. Anytime you break it down like that, you put it through the
Charcoal.
fire. Yeah, you're gonna break out all the stuff you don't want. Now the unfortunate side of that is doing it quickly. You're obviously gonna lose some things, but it's absolutely you're gonna break it down to its more just minerals, because mineral salts, fire don't hurt mineral salts. They come together and get hard. So it's going to open up your mineral salt to release all the toxins. 100%.
And then another question, because you are like big on a blood type diet, oddly enough, for talking about Levi's genes. And do you think blood lines could be important? You think even blood types are very important. And so like you're vegetarian, but your wife isn't vegetarian. And because you guys have different blood types. And I was wondering, even for Layla, like Layla, if you knew your blood type, like maybe it's like, oh,
I don't know it. I gotta find out.
But if you got blood work done, you have it. You could probably just call
Just
and ask
ask them.
someone. Yeah.
I don't think the blood type diet is 100% like the end, like, you know, you just, and I think it's like anything else, but I think it's a good general guideline. And like Chaney said, my wife is actually, she even went and did the carnivore diet for about 3 months. Oh, Jesus Christ, was she looking sexy. But it woofed. That did her good.
What about That's what I hear. You know what? I even wonder for pheromones because this is a normal thing that I'm talking to my guy friends about when their wives are, it's not even just the diet, it's the carnivore diet specifically. I'm wondering if it's doing something to the woman's pheromones and even her sex drive. But all my guy friends are like, my homegirl on the carnivore diet, like she is an animal. Her body's sexier than I've ever seen her. Like they are turned on by their wives on
Yeah,
carnivore.
it regulates hormones. There is a strict ketogenic diet, which is under 20 grams of carbs per day, and that's not coming from bullshit. That's coming from like your vegetables, really. It's one of the best things you can do to preserve youth in your cells. Like, so under your skin will look better, everything will look better if you follow like a
Maybe
strict
I'm gonna
ketogenic
try
diet.
carnivore. Aren't you gonna, Layla? Maybe we should do a
Yeah.
carnivore diet together.
Well,
I truly believe it's the fat that's making the
It is.
difference.
It's the fat.
The fat. So I think that people that have, like my wife has O blood type, and I think that they do not derive minerals through vegetable fat, but they do through animal fat. They apparently the absorption of the minerals, because the fat's basically acting as the transition, and so the absorption that happens, I think that they can't do it through vegetable fats. Where myself, if I take in too much meat, and this is actually not even a conspiracy, this is just normal. This is normal medical. A blood types don't produce very much of the enzyme it takes to break down meat. I just don't produce it. So if I eat meat, it literally sits and rots in my stomach. And where on the flip side, what it takes to break down oxalic acids, I have plentiful, but O blood types don't have very much of that. And so their oxalic acids will sit latent and bind with calcium, and you end up getting stones, whether it's
I was gonna
gallbladder
say, do you
stones
think
or,
that O blood types are more prone to having gallbladder surgery?
yeah.
So yeah, okay,
because they can't break down oxalic acids.
right.
So if they eat leafy greens, they get sick. Where I've got plenty of what it takes to break down oxalic acids. So if I eat too much meat, it sits in my system and starts fermenting, and I would end up getting gout.
Well, what a lot of people are actually doing now, besides just the blood test, they're doing the genetic methylation test. So also going by your genes and how your genes are coded in your DNA. Since we're
Yep.
talking about that, there's a special way to see what your DNA strand and what type of DNA you have and what type of nutrients you can, I guess, process. So that's another test through your DNA to see what you're compatible with in nutrients and supplements and medications and all types of things.
It's
So-
interesting what Christy Crinkle's saying about her husband with the iron. I have a copper intolerance disease. I can't take in too much copper. So it's part of why I don't eat a lot of. That's also why I can't eat meat.
Do you know your zinc levels?
I don't.
Because you can, okay, there's liquid zinc assay, and that usually zinc and copper have a correlation or a negative correlation. So
Sure.
if your iron is high, or not your iron, your copper is high, then your zinc is usually low, or vice versa. So this liquid zinc assay, you hold it in your mouth, and if it just tastes like water, you're very, very low in zinc. Like, if it takes like 5 seconds and then you could taste it, then you're moderately low. And then if you taste it right away, then you have like healthy zinc levels. But it's
Come on.
easy to, then you just take that zinc, the liquid zinc, and you take it until you start tasting it, and then your zinc levels are at a normal healthy level.
Yeah,
But
so
it'll usually like help, that might help with your copper issue.
So apparently doing this test can help your detox. It'll tell you your detoxification ability, how you handle toxins and heavy metals, mental health balance, about your serotonin and dopamine, your hormone metabolism, estrogen detox, important for men and women, cardiovascular health. Like this is like a deep, like DNA. This is what your DNA can go through if you're
100%.
not blah 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 doing XYZ.
And
very
don't you
Genetically,
think
only certain people can get cancer. It doesn't matter if you sit there and snort lines of asbestos while smoking a fucking Lucky Strike. You won't get cancer because it's not in your genetics. And there's a million other things like the MTFR gene, or MTHFR.
Okay.
Yeah, that gene you get, and I have that, and literally,
Of course,
I
you
had
have
to
that.
I had to have, of course, I have that exactly. So I had to have my gallbladder out, and in that in between stage when they've given you drugs and they don't quite work right, and you're not really there. It took 8 doctors to drag me back down to the ground because I sat up. They said they heard a growling, and they started looking around to hear what the fuck is this. And they said I sat up, and it was me. And I sat up and said, "I'm going the fuck home." I ripped it out of my I ripped the shit out of my arm, and I got up, and it took 8 doctors to drag me back down.
this is like a whole weird thing where I feel like it's psyops on top of psyops. So there's a whole bunch of doctors that are saying people with the mRNA that they're realizing that they can't break down certain levels of fats anymore. Like it's no longer, and it's like sounds like all the words you're saying with like certain acids and blood types and and gallbladder and stones. And so it's also like they slowly give everybody this thing. So us as humans, we become overinflamed, and now our bodies no longer know how to react to real fats. And now they turn on the tallow. They turn on the byproduct of like bad tallow, that they're going to start pushing this like, oh, look at, we're getting the good thing. So we turn around again, which it's like, okay, this is way better for us than seed oils. But us as humans have genetically modified our DNA, not us, but them, and they're spraying us and who knows what else like they're up to. But if we can't process the things we naturally could process, and they don't want us to be able to process those things because Bill Gates wanted us on lab grown meat. So it's like the fats, they wanted us to get rid of animal fats. They tried to margarine our parents however long ago. That's why all of them are on statins now.
Dude, that lab grown shit's against us vegetarians too, because they took away the black bean burgers all over the place. I can't even go out and eat anywhere. I used to at least be able to get a black bean burger occasionally. Them are gone. It's it's the, what is it called? You can't believe it's not a burger or whatever the fuck they call it. Unreal burger. Or
you can't believe it's not meat or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're like,
but apparently Publix is still fucking selling lab grown meat and labeling it mock steak, mock this, mock that. And when you ask ChatGPT this, it's telling you it's not real meat. It's like processed plant-based products or chemicals and all this other crap.
well, you already got product. And I tell you what, that's a sacrilege.
Mm-hmm.
Well, the fact that it looks just like meat, though, and
literally,
the only way they know is that it
so
says
weird.
mock meat, and how many people are looking at a package of steak and going, "Oh,
I just look at the
it's
price.
mock steak must be a brand."
I know my
or something.
cuts.
I'm like, but how many people are buying that on accident?
I
Or because
probably
there's
have.
stupidity.
Go to the beef initiative.
People think cheese product is cheese, and it's not. There's no cheese in that. That's why they called it cheese product.
I feel like you can go to the beefinitiative.com, and it's like somebody who works with Club Maha. It's another podcast that I'm up to, sometimes producing. I always am producing it, but it's one of the guests. But it's the beefinitiative.com, and you can go there, and they have a spot on their website where you can click it, and they'll get you in touch with a local farmer. So you don't have to go through like knowing a whole clique of people. You can just buy a certain cut of meat from a local farm, and you can look through how much of the things you care. Do you need to know your cow's name? You can be that person. They have it, but then, they have levels of it. We're going to cut out soon too, Layla.
All right, cool.
Yeah, we're going to cut out. Everybody, Layla isn't feeling well. Send her healing energy.
Please.
You don't even know what we've been up to.
I'm sorry, Layla. That sucks.
And my gut is fucking been a year. A year now that I'm dealing with this shit, and it's just getting worse, and they can't figure out what's going on. And I took a parasite cleanse, and tons of shit came out of me, and I'm gonna buy another one and do like a liver detox and a gut healing remedy to see what I can do.
Get in touch with John Brisson.
Who's that?
He's the author of Fix Your Gut. He's a friend of mine.
Uh,
Get in touch with him. He's done obviously his thing is Fix Your Gut. Like that's his name's John Brisson. Get in touch with him.
Okay, I'll do that. Because
Drop Ben's name.
I'm just tired.
Yeah, tell him I said that get a hold of him.
Okay, cool. Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
Mm-hmm. Tell him I say he's a dirty Christian though.
I will.
Yeah. So, do you want to plug anything? Are you doing anything fun this week?
No, I didn't really have anything planned. I got a debate coming up with Made by Jim Bob. I'm not sure when the date of that's gonna be. Other than that, I haven't really been doing, peacock time. Other than that, I haven't really. I've just kind of been doing Tuesdays, and I haven't really been doing that much. I've been kind of on a hiatus, I guess. I don't know. The podcast world's gotten kind of weird, and then like the whole final experiment thing, everybody lost their minds about that, and the politics, the election cycle this year was, I mean, I don't know if it ever ended. Like,
no,
I think
it's
we're
still going.
Yeah, like the people are still fully crazed about it.
It just feels like a tighter and tighter loop of everything that has ever made us mad in our lifetime, like all right now, including like, I'm gonna like whatever word I can attach to like, I feel like everybody's Kanye. Everybody is like, I can say whatever I want. Like, yeah, you can. Big up yourself. Like, I don't know. It's so weird. It's like, it used to be, it's just happened so quick. And watching everybody, I'm like, this is so wild. And I don't know. It's a weird world.
I'm almost glad I'm not on Spiders even, because like they asked on Deliberating Dog-Faced Dudes, and I'm like, it's just too much. I can't even. Where do you even fucking start with all this? Like, and it's every single week. Like, it's just so wild out there right now. Across the board, you're like, you know what? I'm just gonna go dig gold. Fuck you, people.
Yeah, that's where I'm at. Like, I don't even care anymore about the politics. It's like, do whatever you guys want, bro. At this point,
you turn on Ben's out digging gold, and he's like, let me see what's going on the internet, and everyone's all of a sudden sucking their cousin off. You're like, what the fuck? Like, even
some of the shit that pops up, it's just wild, like you said, or like the 100.
Yeah, it feels like we're in a psyop of like Bernie Mittens and Tiger Kings. It just is like, why are they making us
never-ending sitcom of the United States of America? We're like a show to the rest of the world that people love to just watch and tune in. Like, what's happening in the United States? Like, oh, it's so cool. Like, people look at the United States, like, that's why they all want to come here. They hate it or love it. They talk all this shit. Why do you think everybody wants to come here? Because America is the greatest, just saying. But
currently we're the greatest shit show.
Well,
like, this is,
but that's
wild.
what makes it so great. We have all this like freedom to just be and do, and like, yeah, gay, straight. You want to be a fucking dog, you get to be a dog.
You want to get together 99 of your friends and battle a gorilla?
Or you want to fuck 1,000 men? Go ahead.
Yeah, you want to
go
get 1,000 dudes together and see how many guys you can have sex with in a day.
That shit's wild.
Okay, would you rather? Would you rather be her or be one of the 100 men?
Jesus Christ.
If one is both the same.
Yeah.
No, I'd have to.
I want to be the first guy.
Men. No way.
I want to be the first guy.
No, I'm not. No, you're either her or not one of the guys fucking her, Layla. You're either her fucking 1,000 dudes in a day, or you're one of the 100 men going up against the gorilla.
Yeah, and I'll be the first one, so I don't have to worry about the rest of them entering her.
Something about
you got to be the her though.
No,
you got to be the
Layla,
girl
you're
getting fucked,
her.
not the man fucking her.
Oh.
I mean, I don't really want to go down by getting beat to death by a gorilla, but that is how that's going down. That is the choice.
In my head, though, this whole 100 gorillas or 100 men versus gorilla thing, I'm like, but one woman versus gorilla. I feel like if I just sat there and like kept my eyes down, we'd be cool.
Well, Jane Goodall, one woman versus a gorilla is kind of the funny meme back
That
to
was my
it.
thought.
Like, how many men does it take to take down a gorilla, or one
One
lady
woman.
on a carnivore diet?
Period.
All right, you guys. I love you so much. I do think I'm hanging out with the Nephilim Death Squad at the beginning of next week. If you are on X, go follow Dustin Stockton. And if you're into crypto, I do conspiracy and crypto with him. And sometimes I'm on stage. And if you feel like talking about chemtrails and health and food dyes, sometimes
I just did a chemtrail debate.
Oh, like sometimes I'm doing Club Maha, and they're just onto the like health side of everything going on. So I always try to keep it weird on there if they call me on stage. I always try to bring up something. But glyphosate, say it again, Abbie.
Glyphosates?
Like this being an everything is also another big reason for leaky gut.
Okay, also, now that you bring this up, and this is again Matt Powers, if you look this up, glyphosate chelates aluminum. Okay, now aluminum is a natural latent element. It's everywhere, but it's normally in a dormant form. Well, once you add glyphosate to the soil, it chelates that aluminum, and now it's mobile, and it's everywhere where your water system is. Everywhere. So rather than the entirety being there just spraying aluminum, which doesn't really make sense, over everything, what's happened is they are spraying glyphosate over everything, and that glyphosate is chelating the aluminum that's there, and now instead of being a nice solid form, it's in a liquid form that's mobile and able to be uptaken into these plants, into our soil, the whole nine. Horrifying.
So everybody needs to get a good N-acetylcysteine and NAC supplement so you can detox from heavy metals. And I mean, you can do glutathione, but NAC helps you make glutathione, which does that.
Yeah.
Fresh horsetail, guys. Pick it.
We love you guys. And Thomas will be back from his dirty Masonic meeting in Alaska. He's not at a dirty Masonic meeting. He's on a trip to Alaska. So he'll be back and we'll make him
the best gold.
I know that's dude, that's where I dream of going. Like we'll have to figure out how much for a lease in a summer and how much it would cost for us to be like, all right, let's get the right idiots together to do this. And maybe it pays for itself, but if it doesn't, it'll be fun footage for everybody else.
Maybe we could just be on the reality show and then that'll help us pay for it.
Well, we could pitch it.
Yeah.
All right. I love you guys so much. Ben, thank you for coming to hang out with us. Layla, I hope you feel better.
Thanks, guys.
Abbie,
I will eventually.
big up yourself. And
love y'all.
Yeah, love you guys so much. We will talk to you very soon. Turn your volume down because Juliette Lewis is a bit much. Okay, bye.
Can you save us, Britney Spears? Can we be saved? God, why is Satan controlling the universe?
Here comes Santa. Here comes the world we used to think we knew is constantly exposing woo. Our possibilities come true. So what we do is call out to the good guys, witches, widows, MAGA, mystics, entertaining cunning linguists, good guys. The forum of the quorum needs a secretive society to advance our philosophies intentionally, magically, good guys. Conspiracy, sex, culture, makings, it's okay to change your thinking. Good guys, good guys, good guys, good guys. The world we used to think we knew is constantly exposing woo. Our possibilities come true, so what we do is call out to the good guys, good guys. Witches, widows, MAGA, mystics, entertaining cunning linguists, good guys. The forum of decorum meets the secretive society to advance our philosophies intentionally, magically, good guys. Conspiracy, sex, culture, makings, it's okay to change your thinking. Good guys, good guys, good guys, good guys.
You're still here? It's over. Go home.